Welcome back to This or That. Vice President Kamala Harris or former President Donald Trump? This is the question of the hour. Let's get right into it. Argument 1, protecting democracy. Many liberals are claiming that a win from Trump could, and possibly will, lead to the end of the American democratic system. They point to Trump's actions before, during, and after the January 6th riot, his comments on being a dictator for a day, and what they diagnose as an obsession with power to back up this claim. They further argue that Harris is a younger leader with the opportunity to have a new way forward. On the other hand, conservatives are arguing that if Harris gets elected, along with the Democratic House and Senate, she could spell disaster for our systems of government. These conservatives believe that Harris, with the help from Congress, would add 2 new states to the Union, Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico, shifting Electoral College and the seats in the Senate towards the Democratic Party's favor, while also moving to appoint new Supreme Court justices, quote-unquote, stacking the court, as conservatives would say. However, the question is, both of these candidates have had national leadership power. Why didn't they do these things already? Argument 2, the border. Conservatives further claim that under current President Biden, the southern border has been largely neglected. Millions of illegals have entered the country, and conservatives worry about not only the economic effect and possible burden that comes along with having millions of people who don't pay taxes in the country, but also the illegal and dangerous drugs being smuggled across. Liberals claim that the border is a faulty point of argument for conservatives, as bills that address the border crisis have been proposed but ultimately shut down by Republican congresspeople so that they could run on the issues during this election season. Liberals point to the fact that under Trump, illegals were still entering America through the southern border, and that the real issue lies not with the border itself, but our laws on asylum. Trump served for 4 years. So is Harris as the border czar. Numbers were objectively better under Trump, but the question is, why didn't either administration fix the issue itself? Who has a better chance of doing so moving forward? Argument 3, the economy. Liberals claim that Trump inherited a great and growing economy from former President Obama, and that he was the one who ruined the economy during the end of his term by the way that he handled the COVID-19 pandemic. These liberals also point to the fact that there are world-renowned economists that are warning against Trump's new economic plan as a key reason to vote against Trump. Conservatives are unhappy with the way the economy has been going over the last 4 years. And they blame the amount of money that has been printed without proper backing, the amount of foreign aid that has been going out over the last 4 years, and parts of the Biden-Harris policy, like passing of the infamous Inflation Reduction Act and the termination of the Keystone Pipeline, all as reasons for the failing economy. Both parties claim their candidate is the best choice to get the economy back on track. The question is, who really has the better track record and plan to move forward? Argument 4, foreign policy. Finally, conservatives are pushing Trump's foreign policy as a reason to support him in this election. They claim that under Trump, no new major wars were started, that Trump's unpredictability was key in negotiations with foreign adversaries, and that Trump would be influential in ending current wars like the Russia invasion of Ukraine and the Israel-Hamas war. Further, they argue that the track record of the Biden-Harris administration is a bad one, pointing towards the previously mentioned wars and, of course, the Afghanistan pullout. Liberals counter with the argument that Trump's unpredictability is dangerous with multiple current wars and other possible threats looming like the China-Taiwan conflict. Liberals also point to Trump's apparent friendship with Putin as being against American interest. They champion the support of Ukraine that Ukraine has received over the last 4 years through the Biden-Harris administration, and argue that Harris will continue to support American allies while pressuring for defense. When it comes to foreign policy, the question is, who is going to deliver? Who's the best choice to navigate the tough political landscape and adequately take us further from more wars, not closer? So now that we have gone over some common beliefs from both sides, which do you agree with? More importantly, who will you be backing during this critical election? As always, let us know down below what other arguments from conservatives or liberals you've heard concerning this election. I'm Richard Sterling. This has been a special episode of This or That to cover the election. And we'll see you next time on Politics for Teens.